and welcome to Hello Artist, an interview series where we get to know one visual artist, but keep it brief enough to leave you wanting more. Kind of like only stopping at the welcome booth of an art festival. I'm your host, Marissa Thaler, and today we're talking to an artist who is the queen of art festivals, Michelle Detering. Hello, artist.
Hello, Marissa. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so glad to have you with us today.
Thank you. I'm glad that you have asked me, and I'm glad to be here.
So here's how it's going to work. I'm going to give you 4 questions, and then we'll do a speed round of another 4 questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Tell me who you are as a creator and what kind of artwork you do.
I do a mix of things, including teaching. Primarily do watercolor as my medium. But I also dabble in photography and sometimes mixed media. I do acrylic if I feel like doing something different. But in general, watercolor is my primary medium.
So what are you currently working on right now?
So I am actually preparing to do some online teaching through Lansing Art Gallery. And in terms of my personal work, I've been working on a series of watercolored endangered animals, North American animals. I thought that this would be a cool series to do to bring attention to these different animals and the risks that they face. I'm using large full sheets of watercolor to do the paintings, as I feel like that brings it's more impactful when you see a large piece like that, which is also fun for me. It's fun to use a larger brush and use even more water. I like to work really loose. It's even more freeing to work larger and loose. Mm-hmm. You get lots of interesting textures and pools that happen with the paint. So I'm enjoying that.
So go ahead and tell me what typically inspires you.
In general, nature is what inspires me the most. Usually every day I go for hikes. I'm a photographer too, so I take lots of photographs. I usually work from my photos, so most of the things that I paint are from animals I've seen, which I think adds a cool element to my paintings, that they're usually animals that, like this fox is a fox that I saw repeatedly over and over a few years ago when I was on my hikes.
I didn't know that you worked from your own photos as your sources. That makes so much sense because they feel really personal.
Yeah, usually I'll take a combination of different ones to, kind of capture that essence of the animal. I love to show other people the beauty of the things I see.
So go ahead and tell me, what is the biggest or most important moment of your art career thus far?
Probably having my work featured in British Vogue was pretty exciting. It happened earlier this year. I was pretty proud of that, and to actually look at a magazine and see your artwork in the magazine is pretty amazing. That's got to be the highlight of my art career so far.
So we have come to the quick fire section of our interview. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Number 1, favorite color?
Indigo. Number
2, favorite artist?
I love Matisse. I love his colors and lines. Georgia O'Keeffe, I love her because she has a whole series, a whole body of watercolor. And so does Sargent. So I love both of them because they do so much watercolor. And I feel like watercolor has been an underrepresented medium. These people did amazing watercolors, so that's pretty fabulous.
Question number 3, what part of your creative routine is your favorite?
I like to listen to music and drink tea, as we were just talking about. I drink tea, my chocolate, and start thinking about what it is I'm going to try to work on for the day. And I do warm-up exercises with washes to try to get myself loosened up, because with watercolor you want to be loose, getting your arm and your mind into the state you need to be in to paint that way. And
question number 4 is a question that's just for me. If you could own one type of bird, regardless of practicality, what kind of bird would you own?
I'm gonna have to say a crow, probably, because they're so smart. They have a sense of humor. I really think they have a sense of humor. And I think they're beautiful. So I would say probably a crow. But
can you imagine being known as the woman who owns a crow on my shoulder?
Yes! Yeah, that would be sweet.
So as we wrap up, is there anything that you wanted to plug specifically that you haven't mentioned, or tell us where we can find you on Facebook and other social media?
I am on Instagram, Facebook. It's Michelle_Detering Art. I'm a big art festival girl, so my summers are usually full every weekend with art fairs, but everything up until August has been canceled so far, so we'll see.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I was really excited to have you on.
Well, thank you, Marissa. This is awesome that you're doing this with artists.
And thank you for joining us today. Be sure to check out Michelle's information in the description of the video below, and make sure to join us next time where we say hello to one more artist. Bye.